Everybody, and it is Wednesday the 31st of May today, which means that we are coming towards the end of my husband's 65th birthday. So I can't tell you that we've been doing masses of celebrating in the house, but I did get him a few gifts this morning, and now he's going out to meet his running crew, and they're going to have cake and stuff apparently. Cake and beer after the running tonight, and I figured that it might be a good time to make a cake as well. So I did check with Alan. He didn't have any strong preference. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go live. I'm going to tell everyone you chose cake because that's what I had chosen. Hello, Wendy. I also see somebody else that said, hello, Melanie. And I can't see who you are. You need to click on the little link so I can see your name. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you this afternoon. So we are going to make a pretty traditional carrot raisin bread, and I'm making it from this recipe book, Quick Mix Cakes, which is by the Australian Women's Weekly. So I've had this recipe book probably for 25 years. And if you looked at it, you would see that some pages are very well used. I've never made this particular cake before, and it's interesting because it uses water and anyway, you'll see. We're going to make it. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Karen. Hi, Susan. Now, first thing I want to do, everyone, is remind you that tonight is the launch of the new brochure. It is the team meeting, yes, but it's the launch of the new brochure. And then after the meeting tonight, the whole Anglo organization will meet together, and I will be leading the meeting after the main meeting. So I think it's going to be a good night tonight. So if you're a member or if you're somebody that's interested in seeing what's coming up in the new brochure, Tammy, that might be something you would be interested in. Wendy, I know you love all that sort of stuff. So Ingrid, it would be good to see you at the meeting if you're interested. So it starts at 7. The main show is over by about 8:30, 8:45, and then we have the after team meeting, which it's really good for everybody to be there too. The other thing we need to know is today is the last day of May. That means the Tupperware May month finishes today. So if there are any of the specials that you wanted to get that are associated with this month's brochure, you have to get them today. There will be no exceptions. Well, there aren't usually any exceptions the day after. So I'm here to cook for you, but my aim in life is to help you save time, save money, eat more healthily, and be a solution to pollution. And Alan is shaking his head behind me because he's heard the spiel so often.
I was just saying it.
And he knows it off by heart. He could give this. He's just about to leave so he can stop teasing me. Yes, Ingrid, I can see you now. Hi, Cindy. Oh, I'm really glad that you'll be there tonight. It'll be good to see you. So how do we make this raisin bread? Well, as I said, it's a little bit different to normal. And instead of doing it on the stove top, where it says for me to mix some ingredients and simmer them, I'm going to do it in my stack cooker. So I'm going to get my stack cooker. So these are the ingredients that I have to put in my stack cooker. I have to put a cup of raisins. You do not understand, people, how happy I am to have raisins in the house again. We've been without raisins for about 2 weeks. I know it's not long, but if you're like me and you love them, you miss them. So we're going to put 1 cup of raisins. Oh, and it says chopped. So I guess, whoops, I guess I could chop them. I've got a machine that does that, you know, chops things. I didn't read that before. Hi, Virginia. Good to see you too. Okay, so we've got our raisins. And yeah, take them out. Okay, I'm going to put my stack cook over here because actually I've got a few other things to prepare before I put that in. So what do you reckon? Should I chop the raisins in my little chopper? I will because I've got that out. And maybe I'll put half a cup in at a time. Never tried chopping raisins, but there's always a first time. Hi, Cindy. Okay. Okay, let's have a look and see what's happened. Okay, I'm going to tell you, not much has happened. They're not chopped. Okay, I'm going to try again. Let me put some more in, see if it works better, if it has more in. Okay, it helps if I can get the top on. There we go. I don't think much is happening, guys. Okay, what I'm going to tell you is it doesn't chop raisins. I'm going to leave my raisins like this. They don't need to be chopped. Okay, and you can see how it's stuck. I guess they're too soft for it to work. Not sure. Anyway, who needs chopped raisins? We're just going to use regular raisins. Okay, but we do need some grated carrots. So my raisins are in there. Now in here, I also have to put 3/4 of a cup of water and 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So I'll get the water. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to be smart for a change. I'm going to put the sugar in first. Maybe if you add a bit of flour, maybe, but I'm not that worried, right? I like whole raisins. So if I really needed chopped ones, I would find a way. But thank you for that suggestion, Karen. So we'll put 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Let me get the water. Three-quarters of a cup of water. And the last ingredient is the carrot. Oh no, I have to have 30 grams of butter. I have some very soft butter here, which is good. Okay, 30 grams. That's 2 tablespoons. So hang on. So 450 grams, 225 is 1 cup. So half of that is 100. So, okay, it's a bit less than 1/4. So that's good because this is diminished anyway. Half, 1/4. Bye, Al, have fun. So there we go. Put in. So it's actually 2 tablespoons is about 30 grams. But let me put that over there. Okay, so that's so now I just need to prepare the grated carrots. So I did peel the carrots earlier today. And I kept an extra one because you know who is going to turn up in a minute when I start doing things with the carrots. Let me move this off for a minute. So I got my MasterChef and I was super excited. Well, I'm not going to give the game away, but make sure you come to the meeting tonight. because there's something exciting with the MasterChef stuff. Okay, so we're going to attach this to the counter. It's pretty solid. I'm going to put the grater in. And I was sure I got out a chopping board, but where did it go? Okay, so when you grate carrots in your MasterChef series, you need to give the MasterChef a sharp edge if you can. I find it works better with a sharp edge. So just as when I'm cutting in my PowerChef, in my Supersonic, if I'm cutting carrots, I always try and make sure there's a flat or a sharp edge. Okay, my little friend has just appeared here, so we'll cut up some carrot for him to keep him busy. There you go. Okay, off he goes to his secret place where he stashes his food. Okay, so there's the first lot. Let's get grating it. I need a cup of grated carrot. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more. Because actually in recipes like this, you can't have too much carrot. Because it, oops, don't put it in the top. Because it shrinks down so much, carrot. So I'm going to do this. There you go, Killy. Off he goes again. Happy as a little sandboy. Okay, this should be enough now. And honestly, if there's too much, if there's too much, I can keep it to go in a salad, right? He either recognizes the sound of chopping. I think he smells it. I think you're right, Cindy, because he doesn't do it with everything I chop. He certainly comes over when it's carrot. Okay, so that's my carrot grated. So I can take that out. And I'll take this out so I can clean off any bits. Okay, so there's quite a lot up inside here. There we go. So tell me, if you are people, right? It is a warm day today. It was a warm day yesterday. I just feel like I'm in Australia at the moment. It just reminds me so much of the temperatures when we were there. And I haven't put the air conditioning on yet because I sort of feel like we have so few really lovely days where we can feel the heat. So tell me, if it gets hot in your house, are you quick to put the air conditioning on, or do you leave it as long as you can? Now, here's this. I need to put a cup of carrots, grated carrots. So we're going to do a generous cup. There we go. And we'll keep the rest for a salad, and we'll put this into here. So you put it on, It's too hot. Okay, I do put the heating, I do put the air conditioning on if we have days and days of it. But I do try and avoid putting it on too fast. So I feel like we have heating, winter, 2 days of spring. Oh, now I'm putting the air conditioning on. It seems too weird. You don't have air conditioning, okay? Your husband wants it on. My husband hasn't said anything yet, but he probably wants it on too. While I can still sleep at night and I'm not too hot and there's a breeze blowing through the house, but I'm not woken up by traffic or anything, I'm good. So now what we have to do is heat this up. And it says heat it up, not to boil, but then it says to simmer. Well, you can't simmer something if it's not boiling. So there isn't a lot of water in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on for a minute at 80% and let's see what it's like after that. And the idea is we have to make sure that all the sugar is dissolved. Okay, so why would I use the microwave? Because the microwave takes less energy, less time. Sure, I have to be a little bit more involved when it's something like the microwave. But once I've set the time, it's not going to boil over. I'm not going to ruin a pan. Because I know when I used to use the stovetop quite a lot, I would ruin pans because I would go off and do something and forget that there was pasta boiling or whatever. So I do use the microwave. Maybe in this instance, I might have used the stovetop because I would have stirred it, but I wanted to see how easy it was to do using the microwave. So what else goes into this? So I need to weigh up the, let's get that out, see what's happening to that, and then we can get the other ingredients ready. Okay, it's not, if you feel the middle at the bottom, that's where you get a best indication of temperature, and it's not that hot yet. So let's see, but the sugar is melting, dissolving, and the butter's melting. Okay, so let's do another minute at 80% power. And then I'm going to explain to you how I simmer in my microwave. Okay, so the other ingredients I need are 3/4, it says 3/4 of a cup of self-raising and 3/4 of a cup of plain. I don't have self-raising, so we're going to do 1.5 cups of plain flour, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda, because baking soda is separately. So stir in. Okay, and it sounds as though we can actually stir all the ingredients into that mix when it's done. So I actually don't need another pan. What I do need though is another cup and 1/2 cup to measure the flour. Okay. Okay, so now it's getting hot at the bottom. So I know that everything is starting, yes, and all of the butter is gone and I can't feel any sugar. Okay, and what is lovely about this mix is that your raisins actually get nice and juicy. So What it says is stir over heat without boiling until sugar is dissolved. Then simmer covered 10 minutes, cool to room temperature. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the cover on. And what I've worked out, because, you know, I make rice pudding in my microwave all the time now, and I know that if I set the power to say 50%, it's like simmering, because what happens is the heat goes on and then it goes off. It goes on and then it goes off. So you're not going to get to the stage where it's boiling over, but it's putting heat in there all the time. So when I do my rice pudding, often I use 50 or 60% to simmer it until enough of the milk stuff has absorbed to make your rice pudding the right texture. So we are going to try the same method. So I'm going to put this back in the microwave now, and I'm going to put it on for 5 minutes at 50% power. Okay, so those of you that have been to my microwave cooking class, you will know that microwaves work. Well, not all microwaves now. Some microwaves do actually work in diminishing the power, but most microwaves that people use in their homes work on the fact that the amount of power that is emitted all the time is the same. The only thing is that's different is how long it's emitted. So if you put your microwave on for 100% power, that means that it's emitting the total microwaves all the time. If you do it for 80%, it says 80% of the time it's 100% power, but 20% of the time nothing is happening. And that is why when you cook in the microwave, you use different percentages, because you want your food to cook but not to burn. You want it to cook but not to evaporate off the water. And using a percentage on your microwave will ensure that you get proper cooking, even cooking, no hot spots, no dry spots. And so using 50% power means 50% of the time it's cooking, but 50% of the time it's not cooking at all. And that will sort of mimic simmering. So I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure who it is who came on and said, what are you cooking? I can't see who you are. So if you're watching, try and find the little link above where you're watching and click on it. It'll allow me to see who you are. But I'm making carrot and raisin loaf. So we're going to chop some pecans in a minute. And first of all, we're going to get 1.5 cups ready of flour. So this is a 1/2 cup. So put that over there ready. This is a 1 cup. And put that, so that's 1.5 cups of flour. And I get my teaspoon. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So we'll put that over ready as well. And how much? And I need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, here's my baking soda. So 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. Now I keep my baking soda and baking powder in a number 1 oval. If you prefer, you can always keep them in here, but put them into like a herb center if you want, because you're rarely going to need more than a teaspoon at the time, and you can pop those in and out of your herb keepers, but that is entirely up to you. Okay, and it also says I need some chopped walnuts, so I'm not going to use walnuts, I'm going to use pecans. And so it says to use about half a cup. So we'll chop up some pecans. And as you can see, that chops them up pretty fast. So now I've got my pecans ready. So now I actually have everything ready to go in. So after it has simmered, it's meant to cool to room temperature. So I better do that, because otherwise it may not work. But all you do after that is add the remaining ingredients. So your bicarb of soda, your flour, your baking powder, and your nuts. You mix those into the mix that has been simmering. And then I'm going to put it into because I'm lucky enough to have one, my Ultra Pro loaf pan. Okay, let's have a look at this then and see whether we've had a simmering effect. Oh, yes, I think so. Oh, this looks good, guys. So you can see on the surface, there's lots of little bubbles. And that's basically what happens when you simmer things, isn't it? So the question is it simmered enough? I'm not sure, because I've never done it on the stovetop. And you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in for another 3 minutes, simmering at 50%. And then I'm going to leave it to cool, go and get myself ready for the meeting. And then I'll come down and put this into the oven, ready to eat later this evening. So I'm putting this back for 3 minutes at 50%. So once you start experimenting with your microwave, cooking in it can be quite fun, because you try to find ways that mimic other sorts of cooking. And then if you're ever stuck and you only have a microwave, then you know that you can pretty much turn your hand to anything. Now, I don't need to line this with paper or anything, because the Ultra Pro pans are non-stick. So I can just put my mix straight into here, and I will cook it. It says bake in moderately slow oven. So that, I think moderately slow is 300 degrees. Moderately, so 325. So at 325 for 1 hour. And then it should be done. So that is as far as I can go with you guys this evening. So yes, Tammy, isn't this little chopper amazing to cut up nice soft nuts like pecans and walnuts? It will cut up almonds as well. You just have to work it a little bit longer. And of course, this is part of our basic kit at $59. You can buy this by itself. You'll end up paying about $90. But when you buy it as part of the Tupperware basic kit for joining, you only pay $59, and you get lots of other things with it. So you really get a great deal when you join using the basic kit. And I know a lot of people are really taking advantage of that to be able to get Tupperware at discount prices. And then what is really fun for me is that a lot of people start by getting discount prices for themselves. Then they start telling their friends about stuff, and before they know it, they're actually getting orders and making a little bit of money. So that is really what we want for everybody. We want for everybody to be able to get the most out of their membership with Tupperware, although there is absolutely no pressure on you to do anything. But when you do, there's lots of help for you on the way. So thank you so much for listening to me tonight. I will try and take some photos of the different stages as I finish off this cake. I have to have it ready before Alan comes home tonight, before his birthday is over. So I think this one, though, is designed to be eaten with like a slice with some butter on or something. Okay, let me just get that out and then we'll go. Okay, so what, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually simmering on the spot, right? I can see it simmering. So now I think I've cooked it long enough. I've got nice juicy raisins. I've got lots of great carrots. I'm going to leave the lid on while it cools down because I don't want the liquid to evaporate off. So I'm going to leave the lid on to cool down over here on the side on my cool counter, and I will come back to that in a little while and take pictures as I go. So thanks everyone for being here. Remember, you can join Tupperware. You can buy Tupperware from me. You can learn all about cooking. I'm here every single day, well, most days, doing some simple recipe for you. I do a lot of recipes the same every 2 or 3 weeks. So if you miss it once, you're sure to catch it another time. So thanks very much. And I look forward to seeing a lot of you tonight. Remember, 7 o'clock tonight, you can join on the Zoom. The Zoom number, if you want the Zoom number, I will post it in my VIP group. If you would prefer to watch it live on Facebook, you can go to Bureau Tupperware Les Diamants. I'll probably share it into here as well if I get time. My problem is I'm sort of pretty involved in the meeting. Once it gets going, I don't get much time to be sharing it. But if I can manage to do it before the meeting really gets going, I'll share it here as well so you can see it here. So, okay, Tammy, that'll be great. And Susan, I'll look forward to seeing you later tonight. Wendy, yep, I'm really excited to see you again tonight too. And everybody, I wish you all a fantastic evening. Bye for now. Oh, hang on. I didn't do any jam jars. Hang on, has everybody gone? Can everybody put their name in the jam jar? Wendy reminded me what the item was. It was a number 2 oval for $5. So if you want to be in the draw tonight, write something in the comments so your head will pop into the jar. Okay, 1 head in, 2 heads in. Okay, 3 heads in. And if you don't know what to write, tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. That's a great thing to write, because then people can look and say, whoa, they got people from all over here, which is great. Okay, Tammy's on, Cindy's in. Okay, Virginia, did you write anything, love? Just write something like I'm in Ottawa. Anything, so we make sure everybody gets in. Okay. Karen, your name is in the jar now because you just wrote something. So I hope everybody's got their name in the jar. So now we're going to draw for a winner, and whoever wins gets a number 2 oval modular mate for $5, and it's up to you to claim it. So the winner tonight is Karen. So Karen, I think I think that's the second time you've won this week. So Karen, you have won tonight. So have a great evening, everybody, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you later on. Bye for now.